ahead of time. Yeah. Got you.
They're like, not again.
Niggas not finna get me. Not for no other 50 beans. No. Nah, I'm gonna just sign up with my new email with my other email, whenever I want to get back on there.
I feel that. I ain't gonna lie. That used to be my fucking, what was the other shit called? I was just looking at
Sling.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, used to do that with Sling. And I don't waste it on my emails with Sling though. I can't do that.
Sling got something else. I think they be wanting you to text now. To text to verify.
Oh, yeah. When they start doing that, that's it. That's it. Them niggas done got you now. Yeah. Like you can't finesse with the text unless you got like a Google phone number. But even with that, like that shit does not work.
I heard now, like even with the text free and Google, all that stuff, you have to pay to get those SMS text messages, basically, like them verified text messages.
Wow. So you have to pay to get those. Yeah. They are really not letting niggas finesse the free trials no more. Yeah. That is fucking.
So you're gonna pay something,
huh?
You're gonna pay something somewhere.
Listen, I'm not paying that fucking 50 for no YouTube TV. I don't watch games enough for that shit.
Like, yeah, you see, with me, like I wake up in the morning, I put like I didn't know. And this is gonna sound really stupid. I didn't know all the ESPN like sports channel shit is first everything.
What you mean?
So hear me out. I don't know if you know, like the names of everything is like, like look up all like the shit. Like it's first take, then it's first something else, then it's first something else, and they're all first. And the reason why it's like that is because the one that Nick is on, I think he's the first one if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And it's like early something. I didn't know he's the earliest one. They're the earliest one that plays. Like get showed. So he starts like at 8, and then his first take, and that's after everything. That's like the last one. And I was just like, wow, they really put some thought into this. Like,
I never know that.
Yeah, that's why everything is first, because it's like they're the first of this time, first of this time.
But see, you don't need YouTube TV for the ESPN. We have ESPN.
For everything though? Really?
For Xfinity, yeah. Like Xfinity has everything ESPN.
I didn't know this.
Yeah, because that comes with that package. Like I don't know what ESPN is under, but yeah, we have.
I can't remember what Nick's show is. Can't remember right now, but I remember waking up early. I was just like, damn, nothing's probably on yet. And then it was his show, and I was like, it was like something early or something like that. And I was just like, oh, this probably makes sense because he's the earliest one. Like, and then I started thinking the names different. I was like, oh wow, they put a little thought into this.
Nah, go ahead, bring that back up because that's right where we starting. There's no way we can start with anything but this.
Yeah. So hold on, let me
intro. Hold on.
How do you say his last name?
Baudelaire.
Yeah, fire.
Yo. What's going on, everybody? It is the Too Many Ideas Podcast, back again another week. I am Mars, this is Luke, and we're not gonna waste too much time with the intro stuff. Oh, follow, like, comment, subscribe. You know the vibes. Anyway, we gotta start with the best thing to happen all summer.
All year, bro.
All year. I'm gonna let it rock all year. Tyler the Creator, Call Me If You Get Lost. The weirdest album title for an album that sounds like this. This shit is straight bars.
I'm trying to get comfortable.
There was nothing about being lost. There was nothing about calling me except for little like intros and outro shits. This nigga was rapping, and top to bottom.
His top songs always got "Call Me" in it.
Really?
911, call me. And then what's the shit with Cardi?
That nigga love the phone.
What's the shit with Cardi?
Earthquake?
Yeah. I think he has a "Call Me" line in there too.
Probably so.
Like I just noticed that. I was just like, all his top shit got something with "Call Me."
Maybe that's why it's "Call Me If You Get Lost." He just really like leans on the whole calling thing. Exactly. Like I feel like he really feels that. But yo, this album, this is probably like the first time we're gonna do this on this pod. Probably one of the only times we'll do this on the pod. But we're gonna kind of go through like a song for song kind of breakdown a little bit, not like fully, but just like because. Top to bottom, this was just such a good project. And the thing is, I think it's so well done, put together.
We're gonna get there, but I think there's so much sleepers on this project. If that makes any sense, like the Tizo touchdown song, I don't think it's enough credit. Like, of course, everybody loves the NBA YoungBoy because of the fact that it's NBA YoungBoy and like doing that verse on a sample. I think that was a sample track, so it's like whoa. But like Tizo went crazy.
We've talked about you before. Listen, man. Free you did great,
bro. The thing is,
like you snapped
when he started singing. I was like, am I gonna hear more singing? Like I was so happy. I was like, more, and I just stopped or whatever. That's my only complaint, and that's a great complaint. These songs were short.
Yeah,
there was I think 2 or 3 that was like 6 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, end, right? Sweet. I Thought You Wanted to Dance. That was a long one, and then also Wilshire was a long one.
Correct, cool. But they were sweet to the point, and like I think this is what Kanye was trying to do with all those like projects. This was like short and sweet, but it still felt long. If that doesn't make any sense. It didn't feel like, oh, damn.
Yeah, it still felt like a full, complete album.
Yeah.
Listen, you had said it before. Actually, you put it like on Instagram how Tyler is like the new Kanye.
Yeah.
I think as far as like where he's at currently in his career versus if we were to compare what Kanye was at this time in his career, he's past him. Okay. Like the potential for where he's gonna be when he's like where Kanye is like his age. That's what I'm thinking. Like when Tyler is like 40 or something, I can't even imagine like what he's gonna do unless he like says I'm gonna step back from music type shit.
The only reason I don't say that, and I would love for Tyler to do it, I just don't think he's. And this is all like, okay, he's not going for like mind bending, breaking, like next level. He's just making what he likes,
Yeah, that's true.
So that's the only reason why I can't fully agree with that statement, but I do. Just with his resume already at the age of 30 and his growth of music, like it's definitely, I think, more mature than a 30-year-old Kanye. Because, at what, 25, 24, Kanye was working to get where he is today. Like, just even getting through the door. Yeah. So that's a different time.
Definitely. Like, niggas blew up, like, way later in their lives back then just because, like, it was harder to get noticed.
So that's a little arguable, but I get the overall gist that you're making. I somewhat agree that he is way more mature than a 30-year-old back then, or maybe even a Kanye.
Oh, so he's like 30 now?
Yeah, he's officially 30.
Okay, got you.
So
it's just like Tyler, so much potential to me.
And the
like,
thing is,
and this is studio album number 7.
And you called it with the whole, rap from top to bottom. I still think I got my points because it's a good mix. Like
it is
he didn't necessarily sing, but the tracks were sample singing. You know what I mean? And I think he said it on live, or maybe I read it somewhere. I'm not really too sure, but about I think it was on the track. One of the tracks talking about how like Cherry Bomb was like a miss to him. It was like not mature enough yet.
Yeah.
And I think
he said that on Wilshire. I think he said that there.
And I think this was actually what I was like, this still is so Tyler, but it's just better production. And I just couldn't think what to compare it to, but he said Cherry Bomb, and it makes sense. Because that's what I would say was more Kanye-like. Cherry Bomb was way more experimental.
Yeah.
This was like, hey, guys, I can sing. I told you that, and I showed you. And I can produce, which I've known for years.
And
Let me just take it back, to the basics.
And speaking on production, I've been waiting because I check every morning. Because you know how, like, sometimes they add, like, the credits a little bit later. Just him.
Yeah.
Like, him. Top to bottom produced.
I'm not sure if
that is amazing.
He went through his story and credited anybody that wasn't credited. Like Jay Versace got the credit for, was it Wilshire or Safari?
I think it was Safari. Yeah. Go through for me. Start from the top. I just want to see who else because I didn't see whoever got credited. So Conductor Williams on the first one, written by Westside Gunn. Oh wow. And 3 more.
That's interesting.
Wow, that's surprising. I know he's cool, Westside. So I guess I could see that.
Go to the second one. So second one written and produced by
that's all about him, and I really like that song. Corso, that shit's hard.
Of course, written by 42 Doug as well in the verse. Oh, so what's your name? Probably the top song on this is all done by Tyler again.
I think What's Your Name is gonna be one of those ones that takes off after that. Who is this written by? Poetic, Fruquan.
And 4 more. Oh, this has a lot of features actually.
I know why. Because this is it's a sample from an old song. Yeah, Lumberjack is a sample.
Got you.
Yeah, that's why he got those credits are on there. Hot Wind Blows. All.
Oh, so that means
Massa is all Tyler too.
This is my favorite song.
What, Massa?
Yeah. What you say? I washed my hands before I pissed because I got too much stuff. Bro, what? What? But no, in one of the ending bars, he was like, and when I pray, I keep my eyes open because I don't even trust God. I was just like,
I was just like, yo, this nigga
out of here.
This nigga is barring out right now.
Yo,
the punchlines were just so perfect, bro. Like top to bottom. That's another all Tyler one.
What I was about to say is, What's Your Name was in the sample then, because it was just him that got production credit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a sample. That's fire.
Yeah. Go back up to Manifesto, because it's got 6 people on that shit written by.
There's a lot.
That must be a sample too, because they got Nas on that shit.
Yeah, there's a lot going on that track in the back. So
true. And then Sweet, that was the longest song.
I'm interested to know why he made that song so long out of all of them.
I really liked how he used Brent on that song.
Yeah, I was talking and I was like, is that Brent? And for a second, I had to be like, is that Brent? It sounded raw. It
doesn't sound like how Brent usually sounds. So that I kind of appreciated, because he still sounded like really good. And at parts of it, I was just like, yo, is this Brent? Is this not Brent?
Yeah.
But it had to be Brent. So I was just like, yo, they really got him out there singing. Like, singing. And then what's the next one for Mama Talk?
I mean, that's just an interlude.
Yeah, that's just. Oh yeah, that was just an interlude.
And then
Jamie XX.
Jamie XX for a date. I mean, for Eyes, my fault. Blessed, Tyler,
and then Juggernaut, Tyler Uzi, and then that's Pharrell.
Well, sorry, he got producing credits, and Jeff Versace on the last one. Yeah, man, this project. And this is why I was saying what I said before it dropped, because I stand by it.
Mm-hmm.
It still, to me, didn't get... Like, that NBA YoungBoy verse needs a lot more attention. That song needs a lot more attention.
Yeah, that's kind of like the thing with, like, Tyler. He doesn't get that kind of attention.
Like, when he did 175, right? Or
yeah, that's what he's projected for, yeah, 175.
I was thinking at least 200. Like, bro, this is a masterpiece. It came at a time that no one expected because it was only a week of promotion, pretty much. Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know how this shit goes when it comes to promoting these projects in such a big scale.
Like, it's just because he's very much so in his... When we look at just, like, commercially, like, he's in his own, like, lane, like, completely, like... Not even... I can't even say lane. That's not... That doesn't take it far enough. He's on his own island. Like, that's how he does his music.
Look this up, Levi. X's first project did, what, 180? 190?
Yeah. Something like that. It was high. It was high.
It was extremely high.
But he was highly, like, popular just off his old music, like, in a different kind of way. Tyler doesn't have a Look at Me. Like, he doesn't have one of those.
Like, and
that's just, like, the difference.
I'll just be thinking stuff like that. I'm like...
That was his first one. It was Revenge, right?
No, 17.
Oh, okay.
17, yeah.
First,
and just see what number. What were you about to say?
I don't know. I just get shocked, and I just haven't seen nobody. I don't know what the exact number, so I'm waiting for Levi to bring it up. But like, I could swear around the time it was like 180 or maybe 190, and Uzi had beat him by a little bit.
Yeah,
like really by a little bit. So I just can't remember like what the number was.
It might be there if you look, but
Let's do first week. You just put first week numbers?
Yeah.
He did?
No, I don't think he did. Yeah. But also you got to think, even like on that album, he had damn, I forgot what the song is called, but the shit with Trippy that was like at the top of the SoundCloud charts until like a month ago, like literally a month ago.
Oh no, I'm not saying that. I'm confused.
Oh, he only did 87.
Oh, what project are we talking about? No, bro.
This is 17.
Go to the how much right here. I swore he sold
the first week numbers. Yeah, Complex right down there.
Yeah, click it right there.
Yeah, that
Let's get a verified.
It says 87.
Bro,
yeah, I saw it down there.
He sold more than that. I thought it was 100 something.
Oh, don't guess not. I mean, it was 3 years ago or 4 years ago now.
Yeah, so maybe I'm tripping. But let's see.
Yeah, cause Uzi had number one because it was with XO Tour Life on it, of course.
And he sold 110. Okay.
Yeah.
I swore he had 180, but maybe it was 80.
Yeah, it was 80. Yeah. He was probably thinking about that because even like, and this just goes to show how much streaming is like constantly like evolving. Back then, 110, that was crazy numbers.
Yeah.
Like 4 years ago, 110 was crazy numbers. Now 110 is just like, okay, you did all right.
Yeah.
Like now, if that Uzi album dropped this year, it would have did like probably like 250. Based off of like those numbers, 87 would have probably been like 180, like you said. Like,
but yeah, I just remember thinking, and I got my numbers wrong, but I just remember thinking like, damn, Uzi barely beat this nigga. You feel me? With XO Tour Life, 87,000. This was basically an indie project, and Uzi did 110 with XO Tour Life, so that was really amazing. But getting back to Tyler, man, like I think you're just right. You're just hitting it on the nail. I just think he deserves so much more respect. But you are right.
He does.
It's the fact that he's in his own category, and that's the thing that's going to separate Kanye from everybody. That it's like Kanye is in everything. Every category. So it's
and that's like part of the thing. Yeah, that's the part of the thing with Tyler. He doesn't look for that respect. He doesn't really like look for that credit. He's gonna drop things. He's gonna put shit out. He's gonna put out whatever he wants, and it's gonna be as good as it's gonna be, and that's it. And he's just gonna let it rock. Like,
I don't care what it says.
That's the whole thing. Like, if this isn't up there for a Grammy, I'm gonna be tight. I'm gonna be tight. But like, think about what other albums you putting up there for a Grammy.
I think it's too much mixtape like for the Grammys. I think he got too much vibe.
I don't know what else. Other albums have dropped?
Let me take that. Let me take that. Yeah, he might get nominated for a rap album.
Pull up what albums have dropped this year. Rap albums specifically.
The year's not over though.
Yeah, I just want to see like a so far because we halfway through the year now.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's what I'm saying. The only reason why I'm saying and I'm calling this as album of the year is for the simple fact that I just don't believe no one else is going is gonna take a risk in their next album.
Okay, so you got a flyer somewhere.
Yeah, it's behind you. It's been killing me, honestly.
So
we got the off season.
Is that was the name of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I couldn't remember. Oh no, the fall off. Yeah, that's the next one. That's the next one. Yeah.
So the off season by J. Cole, which
that's gonna be in there. I
argued with my friend, by the way. I said, "Do you still listen to the album?" She said, "Eh." I said exactly my point. I said, "You will forever listen to Tyler the Creator." Even when we're like 5 months from now, we're gonna be like, "Bro, this NBA YoungBoy versus," you know what I mean? Like that's the shock factor still being applied.
Yeah, that shit's gonna be up for album of the year though, at the Grammys.
So then you got
not album of the year, rap album of the year.
Certified Lover Boy.
That hasn't came out yet.
Drake's arguable, so yeah.
But see, if it comes out too late, it's not going to apply for a Grammy contention anyway. So, Culture 3, I don't think that's going to make it.
Slime Language 2 doesn't count as a compilation, I would say, more so.
Yeah, it might be up there for rap album, but not complete album of the year.
Shout out to Slow Talk. I did love that project, just saying.
Yeah, that was hard. I don't think he's going to get nominated for anything, but it's a really good album.
Yeah. You got Michigan Boy by Boat, but that doesn't...
See, so far this year, I don't feel like anything crazy has dropped.
Was that an album? Was Michigan Boy like an album or just like a project?
Yeah, it's an album. Everything's an album now. Like how it counts, at least.
It doesn't matter. Everything you're showing us right now, it's just not.
I'm saying, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's always like that one album that hits like the album of the year contention, like gets out of rap album of the year, but goes to album of the year. And I don't know if he'll win that. But I definitely think, like, if he's in that rap album of the year category, he should win that one.
I feel you.
Like, I don't know what else is about to drop this year, but after a certain point, I think after, like, September-ish, anything that drops after September doesn't count for the Grammys for this upcoming year anyway.
Let's jump into it, man. What's up with the beef with A$AP Nas and Tyler?
The beef. Yo, that shit is nuts to me. I don't know. It's just dumb. Like I've never really understood beefing over fashion when you're already kind of established. When both of y'all are established.
I'm not gonna try to speak for Nas. I'm not trying to speak for Tyler. I think none of us are trying to do that. Let's make that clear. We're only gonna give our opinion on what we're seeing and go from there. I had the conversation with someone earlier. And I was just like, Nas has to understand, and I even told B this before. I'm like, he is essentially an indie god of this fashion shit. And I will give him
who is Nas this? Yeah. Okay.
Like, you don't think of Mob and think of Nas, but you should. That nigga puts on. Like,
yeah, he does.
I don't even follow him no more. Cause I'm like, bro, this nigga got it. Like, I don't feel like waking up and seeing him on my timeline and reminding myself I can't dress. Like, you feel me? And I know I can. So it's like, and I don't even give people their flowers when it comes to dressing, because I feel like a lot of niggas just put shit on when they get to a certain frame, certain bracket of money, and it's easier, and you got style, and you got this. No, but Nas puts that shit on. You feel me? And so when it comes to the him and Tyler thing, it's like, I get it. There's a lot of similarities there. But I look at Tyler as a whole identity. Like, the whole old, vintage, thrift type of vibe. It's like, that's him and his music. So unless you're coming for him as a brand.
Yeah, it's the whole everything.
Yeah, if you're coming for him as a brand, then it's like, okay, do that. But let's not, and I'm not sure, I'm just speaking what I think. I don't think anything of Tyler was like, oh, let me, Jack Swag. This is the new thing. Let me keep up with. No, it's like,
and that was dumb.
Yeah, like this is me. Like this is my character. This is who I am as a brand. This is how I go about Igor. This is how I went about this and third. He go through his phases. He went from the skating kid to now this. You feel me? And I told B and a few other people, I'm like, yo, like, Nas can't ever get mad because I don't feel like he's like in the position to be like, oh, I started this, I started that. To me, he is influential. Yeah. And you just call it as you see it. Like, that's to me when Barry gets mad about, I brought this, I brought that. Bro, no one is jacking you, bro. I promise to God. You may have been first, and I'm not going to say you don't have any influence, but you're not the people or the person that's going to take credit for it. Hint, Jerry Lorenzo isn't getting credit for bringing back, or starting, my fault, the zipper pants and the zipper shirts. Who got credit for that? Kanye. But who brought it to him? Jerry Lorenzo. To me, that's a Nas. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if we forgot years from now Nas was helping Rocky at the beginning or some wild shit like that. You know what I mean? To me, you have to understand who you are. You are a trend-setting type of person. You have that in you. You can dress. You can do all these things. But no one is looking to you for that. So you can't just think Tyler was like, oh, yeah, I got me one. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like,
and I just feel like it was never out of the realm of what Tyler would have done, whether Nas existed or not. Like, I don't feel like that had any part to play in that. And what I didn't know, I thought this was recent, but this was last year that he did that Nas blew up about the Tyler shit.
Well, it was really 2018, if I'm not mistaken.
No, so in May 2020, Nas had sent out some tweets or whatever.
Oh, tweets. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
He had sent out tweets and put on like his stories and shit like, yo, Tyler, I see you taking the style, whatever. I'd better get some Golf Wayne Festival tickets next year. Type shit. And yeah. And then he had posted up pictures of him next to Tyler type shit. And I was just like,
yeah, I mean, I told JoJo this, and I was just like, with all due respect, if it ever gets that serious, I want to see how it plays out because Rocky is close friends to, I assume, both of these people, and I don't think it's really that serious. And people were just like,
it's not.
People were like, oh, Tyler made a whole like Nas's response. Tyler made a whole song. I'm like, this was a line of a song that we don't know how old it is. First of all, and I'm just like, I think. And
then he also went on his story and got at him too.
I think they're taking both funny approaches, and I'm not there, but I'm not getting the sense like if I see you on site, it's more like a nigga, are you serious type of situation here.
Yeah.
That's the vibe, that's the attitude that I'm getting.
Yeah, definitely.
Tyler did get a little aggressive with the I make more money to send the third approach, but you know.
Yeah, he went hard.
That's what
nigga said you will never be me.
That's what it always boils down to.
Yeah.
And but that's what I'm saying. Like, and I really want to make it clear that I'm not disrespecting Nas anyway, because I do think he deserves more credit for what he does, and he is very influential. Like I always tell people that start a brand and start anything, they're just like, there's your micro influencers and there's your influencers that just influence the people that see what they have on, and he's one of those. And I don't like to call him a micro, even like an influence, because it's like, it doesn't matter what he wears. It's like a mood board. You know what I mean? Like that's essentially what he is. It's like I like take something from him. I don't know what it is, and I feel like he needs more credit for that, which I would always say. But I'm just saying, I don't think X amount of followers that he has are following him to say, let me take his outfit. It's like, I just like you. You know, I like what you wear, and that's cool. I could be wrong. He could have more strings and be like, no, bro, I did this. I started this. And a lot of behind-the-scenes niggas can say stuff like that. But I don't think in the sense of Tyler, the Creator, he came upon his Instagram or came upon meeting Rocky and fell in love with Nas and stole his shit. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because to me, when did this switch of Tyler, the Creator's like image change? Like, wasn't it like 2016? 2017?
Nah, well, to this new to the Baudelaire style, like I would say it was after Igor. Like
no, bro, it was way before. Bro, he's been dressed like this for a minute.
Well, see, I kind of put the Igor style in a different category than how he dresses now. Like I feel like it's a little bit different, just a little bit, like a very very slight difference.
He hasn't changed anything. And I remember thinking this because for the longest, I'm like, damn, he makes those loafers and white socks look really good, and he's been wearing that for years now. Like yeah.
See, before I thought it was the sandals and the socks type shit that he used to do. I thought it was more. See, before I felt like his style was a little bit more like summery kind of thing, but now it seems like it's more.
It's always been like that. It's always been shorts. Yeah, like that's a typical fit. So, the hat, the Supreme hat he has on in this picture is kind of but everything else has always been I'm a energy out there classic guy. Like that's how it is. Shorts, a crew neck, something kind of vibrant. Loafers or sandals, or loafers or socks, like type of situation. Like it's to me, it's always been like that. Very bright and vibrant. And the reason why this is still respect Nas, to me, Tyler dresses it up. I don't get street or even too much black hood in his styles. I get that from Nas. Like this is street with me with a little bit of you know, like I'm ASAP type shit. I don't get that from him. I get straight clean from Tyler. Yeah. And I think that's on purpose. And like I said, Nas. I don't know, bro. I really don't know, because like I feel like they're both respected in their own ways, and Nas is doing his own shit, and so is Tyler. Yeah. Like that's all I can really say. I respect both of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Nas beef thing, I think his point is stupid. Like I understand like where he's coming from as far as like his place in fashion, his place in style, but I don't think going to Tyler was the right move.
And say style, yeah. And the thing is, the reason why this hurts me, because people that come out and do stuff like this to me, I can be wrong. I could be completely wrong, but it puts me under the impression that you feel like you may be losing opportunities because someone is similar to you.
Yeah.
You know, and I hope that's not the case that's happening with Nas, but that's what it makes me feel like. But
I mean, you see, for me, like with fashion, with style, like you're always gonna have someone who's you see like similarities in. But it's just like
because hear me out.
How you beef over that kind of stuff?
Hear me out. Rocky never came out and said Travis was jacking him, but we all said it. Because Travis came out. As soon as Travis got that bag, braids came, the long flint, like bro, it was like Rocky 2.0. Like you feel me? But they you do know the stories of them low key beefing behind the scenes type shit. You feel me? But yeah, that's different. Now that right there, I would say is different because Travis came out the gun, like the woodwork, like just like that, looking like this nigga. But I mean,
see, he had his struggle braids. He just grew them out. Like that was it.
Nah, it's different, bro. It's different. The Travis thing is different. I'm not.
And if you gonna say that he came after ASAP, then you would have to admit that Travis could dress a little bit. But nobody ever thinks that Travis can really dress. No,
that's not the reason. Yes, the world thinks Travis can dress. We may not, but
the
world.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like you and I. I know you said several times, like, man, this nigga Travis doesn't dress. He just has money.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. Like, and this is why this is a different topic, but this is why I'm saying like the style and the. All that doesn't just end with the clothes. Like, the reason why I don't think Travis can dress, I never, like, looked at him and felt like he's putting that shit on. I feel like that. Bro, anytime I see Rocky fit back in the day, 2013, 2014, I'm like, fuck, I gotta walk a certain way. Like, I gotta move a certain way because Rocky was putting that shit on. Mm-hmm. And, like, to me, the reason why I'm using the Tyler kind of Rocky, I mean, not Tyler, but the ASAP Travis thing as a comparison is because, like, Tyler didn't come out the woodwork. Like, okay, I'm here now. I got money. This is how I'm dressed. This was like I said, a branding continuing to change. Yeah. So I feel like it's kind of it's just completely different. Mm-hmm. Travis came out just like that. Braids got going. Jeans started changing. Flannel, like damn near identical, bro. So it's like that I can understand because that wasn't a brand change. He didn't change nothing by himself. That was just him. And so. I get Nas's point, but like I said, I just feel like when you come at people like this, and from the outside right now, it looks like to me that he may be, losing something because of Tyler's approach and how he's going about dressing.
It just looks like jealousy. It just doesn't give off the right kind of like impression to me. Yeah. Like it's just weird.
I don't know about jealousy. I'm not going as far as to say that, but I'm only saying this because I think I can really understand the viewpoint of Nas of being like, let's say this, right? Let's say this, Tyler, because honestly, I would say Tyler Creator lost his influential impact on clothes because he changed to such a dramatic style versus when he was a street-ish type of dude. Let's say this style becomes the new thing, right? Tomorrow, everybody's wearing loafers and socks and fucking bandanas around their neck and shit, right? Mm-hmm. We're all going to give credit to Tyler, are we not? And I think that's where this is coming from. Like, hey, I'm not saying like he's the best and even I'm the first person to do it, but let's not forget that I've been doing this for X amount of years. And I think that's kind of where the frustration is coming from. And that's why I'm just like, I hope it's not that. Because to me, when you think of it like that, that means he is losing something. It may be his image or his endorsement or like he doesn't feel as comfortable because now someone else is granting credit that he feels like he deserves. Mm-hmm. But to me, my ending point with this is like, bro, like no one looked at you up there with all due respect, with the same amount of respect that we look at for Tyler. You feel me? So it's like, it is what it is. Like Bari says all day, all night that he influences the world. The nigga's on private. I mean, he can do that in his own world, but he's not doing it as big as he thinks he is. Stop following him. Like, you feel me? Well, that's with all due respect, and I give him his credit because the nigga's on private, so making M's. You feel me? You have a private Instagram account making M's, so bow down to that. But all I'm saying is like, the world does not really revolve around you. I promise it doesn't. I promise it don't. Like, it don't. But shout out to Bar though, because he did. This is one thing I can say. He did bring 99%. He was all him. I seen him wear that shit forever ago, and that shit came right after. I definitely give him that.
Expensive ass pants.
Like he literally brought. I was like, who the fuck is this? And I did my research. I was like, oh, this is expensive. This is cool. And I want to say maybe a couple months later, I seen the whole fucking Instagram on that shit.
But back to the album though. The only feature on this album that underwhelmed me was the 42 Doug one. But at the same time, it wasn't bad. It was just like if I had to rank them, that one would be at the bottom for me.
Yeah, I agree because I think it fed into 42 Doug. I can't. Like I could hear 42 Doug making something similar.
I can't remember, but I was thinking like yesterday sometime, like who would have been perfect on that song, and I really can't remember her name. Who?
Reggie. Bro, Reggie and him needs to work.
Bro, speaking of Reggie,
I sent you that picture because is he about to be Cactus?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like he was in there in the fucking Dior show.
Yeah, but I mean Texas, so I honestly hope that he's not gonna be Cactus. I'm just gonna be upset, but it's whatever.
Right, I'm not gonna be upset. That
I am.
Why? You think his music gonna change?
You know who Reggie is? We'll put you on after. Oh, we should put fans on. Look up Reggie, bro. I don't know if it's gonna pop up because his name is just Reggie, which I think is so interesting. Yeah. But what was the song? What's the top song right now? What's it called again?
I don't know if his top song is "I Don't Want to Feel No More," but
Yeah, type in Reggie. I don't want
that was terrible. But he's kind of like
he's new Andre 3000. Simple.
Yeah. In a way. It's kind of like a very like it's kind of like that hip hop folk sound that
it's
Andre
more
3000 was able to do. Yeah, soulful. That's a good way to put it.
Andre.
Southside Fade, love that song. I guess I don't want to feel no more. It's just
I was saying I don't want because of the colors and everybody like that as well. They kind of just revamped the song. But
nice video, very nice.
I will put Reggie with the Kevin-esque indie realm, but as far as his music goes, very southern, and he has a great approach. Like I'm giving him the Andre thing because I can tell that even from the few songs he has out that he's still extremely versatile. So I'm interested to see where he goes. Don't want it to be Cactus by all means. I don't.
See, but, the thing why I don't really like care about the whole like Cactus thing is I just feel like it's gonna give him more visibility, but I don't see that changing his music a lot.
We'll see. Cause
like if they are gonna take him for where he is and then try to change him into like a Sofago or somebody,
I feel like he was already signed
that's just not gonna work.
He had to be working with somebody before his like Cactus. So the reason why I'm saying that artists like him. I just gotta see, bro. I don't know Travis. I don't know who's pulling the strings. I don't know, but like artists like him tend to fade and be the people's party next door. Like that's what I see happening.
Okay.
And that's what I don't want. We might get 2 more of these. I don't want to feel no more for the rest of his career. And that's not what I want. Like I don't really like that he came out of nowhere. I want to know more about him, but his music is great. I don't want to feel no more. Like every time I listen to it, I'm just like, this is like the soulful version of I Don't Want to Do This No More by X. Like literally, when you listen to the song, it's like literally the same thing. Like same type of components to me. Like what they're talking about, how they feel.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
But yeah, shout out to Reggie, shout out to Cactus, even for like, noticing him, acquiring him maybe. But back to the soundtrack with Tyler. So I'm gonna let you kick it off from the top and go through it.
Damn. I'm really trying to remember this name for the fucking 42 Doug shit, but whatever. I mean, Servo there, that's just like an intro, rapping, whatever. Corso, I really like the production on that one, like a lot. And I was just happy to kind of like say that one of my favorite songs on this album was one where he was on his own, and Corso was that song. Lemonhead was cool. I would probably say if I was gonna give anything like the weakest song on here, it would probably be Lemonhead.
I
just because I feel like it's not even like it's a bad song.
Which
it's
says
just
a lot, by the way, because the song was still really good.
Yeah. It just kind of comes and goes, like in a way, because it's a very fast song. I think it might be one of the shortest songs on this album.
It's a fast. I think it's the transition because Tyler's part is not as like hard hitting as 42 Doug's part.
Yeah.
And after that, it's pretty much done. And then the placement of it is kind of like because you like Corso, which I do too, but then we're kind of already looking forward to the What's Your Name song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's a weird placement of it. I don't think it's a bad song as well. My favorite song is Massive, bro. Like, that shit is too hard. Every time I hear the beat, I'm just bobblehead, nigga. Like,
I'm not 100% sure what my favorite is. Corso is definitely up there.
You say yours is what?
That's everybody's favorite.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't like it like that. I don't like the Uzi Pharrell. I don't like the Uzi Pharrell, like, chemistry, like, people like so much.
I didn't like how Pharrell came in really, but I don't really like when Pharrell raps on songs. Honestly, like in general, I don't really like that.
I do. I just don't like the Uzi Pharrell like.
But I did like how Uzi came in though.
No. Uzi's came second part when the beat changed a little bit. That's where he went crazy. Like I was like, all right, cool. But Run It Up too. Run It Up is my second fave. Like Run It Up. Yeah. That shit was hard.
Yeah, that was a good one. I wouldn't put it at my favorite just because I feel like it's pretty much just like repetitive to the whole thing. Song. What, Run It Up?
Run It Up, yeah.
If we're putting together like a concert for Tyler for this album, Run It Up is probably the song that he comes out to if I would be guessing, because I feel like that's that song where it's like it's not really like so much like bars, rapping, whatever, but it's like it starts it gets the crowd going. Like that's how that song sounds to me.
Yeah, because
you know.
Yeah, that's fire.
If we're going in order in that kind of way, it's probably gonna be Run It Up. He's probably gonna hit him with Lemonhead or Corso next, and then Juggernaut, Lumberjack, and then probably slow it down after that. Is what I would guess. But Hot Wind Blows, that was a really good Wayne verse. Very, very solid Wayne verse. We ain't really got to talk about Lumberjack. That's been out for a while, and we talked about it already. It's a
good song, even in the flow of the album.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I didn't hear it so much. Like,
nah, but that was a great like teaser for how this project was about to be.
I love how he went about what's your name, about cutting because when he cut it for the video, it sounded like that was another song, like literally. And then when I hear it now, if you think about it, there's a pause before the song continues after his part.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember when they had, because it looked like he was supposed to like put the whole thing out with Ty Dolla and YoungBoy, but then they took it down because I had seen someone that took a screenshot from YouTube that said that song was, and it had like the features and everything already on there, but Manifesto was really good, and I like how he had Damo on that song. I love
Damo's like underrated feature. I don't know if they maybe fell off for a little bit. Let me speak a little bit closer. I'm not sure if they fell off a little bit, but yeah, I've always loved Damo. Like I feel like he was like the best in our feature outside, of course, Earl and Tyler.
Yeah, see, I don't think they really like fell off per se. I just think there was just like distance there because.
They said they haven't been like even seen together or nothing together over 6 years. Like this is like it's been a while since they've been done something together.
Oh yeah.
But I mean nowadays you rarely see Tyler Creator unless he's on a bike anyway. So
yeah, that's true.
But I'm not sure.
It was nice that someone had did a party and
he pulled up.
Yeah.
What was that? I was trying to figure out why did he go? Was this random?
I have no idea.
And he was just like,
it was just like a little like they did a release party for his album. Like
that's fire.
And he just popped up.
That's fire.
Yeah, it was funny because he was just like, "Don't film
record my car."
Yeah. I don't want people knowing what I'm driving. That shit was funny. But yeah, that was really cool. Then Sweet, I Thought You Wanted to Dance. When I first listened to this album, because I listened to it probably like 3 times now, I didn't really like catch that song, but on the second listen, I was just like, this is nice. This is a nice vibe. Brent sounds really good on this song. Mama Talk, like I even liked that, that interlude. Like it was kind of introspective in a way. Rise, that was a good song. Blessed, I can't quite place Blessed right now in my head of how this sounded.
That was just the one where he was talking about how his life is going.
Oh, okay. And then
and his skin and shit like that. I remember laughing when he was talking about that.
Got it. And then fucking Juggernaut, that's a banger. Like that shit hits.
How does Safari go? I can't remember that right now.
Safari, it's really very like just like an outro. Like honestly, it don't sound like.
All right, and Wilshire is the one where he talks about the love interest, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's my third favorite song. I am like involved with the song, and the reason I'm saying that is like I just feel like he went about telling that story in a way like every time I listen, I still want to know more. Like, you know what I mean? It's like he gave you just enough, but it's like the whole cheating, they weren't really cheating, they didn't do anything physical, but you were always like the best friend. And then on top of that, it was even more that like I'm like, is he talking about a boy? Is it really a girl? What does that mean?
That shit don't mean.
Yeah. And then I was just like, and then I was just like, did they really cheat? Are they still together? Because he did come out after this and say that he's happy and that he's in love. So I was like, oh my god, this is the person from Wilshire. Like it made me like really interested. And I've always been interested in his life from Goblin, and he's always made it very, very obvious to know what's going on. But of late, like most artists are doing, he's very kept in. And I feel like he told you a lot here without really telling you too much. So every time I listen, I'm just like, how can I solve this? You know what I mean? Like, no one gives a fuck. Everybody's talking about fucking ASAP Nash and shit. I'm just like, who the fuck is he talking about? Like, who's this love interest? But yeah, this shit was fire.
Yeah, he really put together a really great album. Shout out to Tyler. Like, this shit
Yeah, this is 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
I can't even give it, like, why give it a 9? Why give it a 9? Like, what don't you like about the album?
Maybe the 42 Dugg song. Like I don't know. I think I would have to give it a 10. I think I would have to give it a 10.
And that's the thing. This is a different debate, but I think it's gonna be a lot harder to give albums like 8s and 7s. Of course, they deserve that. But when it's a 10, I feel like it's gonna be this format. It's like I'm not trying to just always bring Kanye into this, but it's a Kids See Ghost format. Short, sweet, do your part. Next song. Like Kids See, why isn't Kids See Ghost a 10? but it's to the point. Like, you know what I mean?
Fantano gave it a 10.
And that's what I'm saying. It's to the point because like Mars just said, like, even you can get on the 42 Doug song, but can you really? Like, you be nitpicking.
I just want to replace him. Like,
you be nitpicking. Yeah, it'll be nitpicking, but it's like it's to the point, and that's why you're kind of like, it has to be, because albums like this being to the point is either gonna be a hit or miss. There's no middle. You're either gonna like it or you're not. And so I guess it is taking more of a risk on the artist side. But if we like it, we're gonna love it. You feel me? So man, this is a 10. And I'm interested to see how this affects music, because now this is like what, the third album I think I've liked, and that's probably gonna be successful with short numbers, like as in the length of the songs, not even just 16 tracks. So, but the length of the songs are getting short, and
one of those songs was 7 minutes. So when you really think about it, like, it's really 15 tracks for what, 40 something minutes,
and they're getting to the point. And I'm pretty sure he's still going to do great on the charts, and he's going to be able to forever live off of this. You know,
I'm just excited to see how this is going to continue to be rolled out. Like, you know, like we talked about it before, like the post album rollouts. Like, I'm excited to see the videos. It seems like he's doing all his videos with just him. Yeah. Like, not even when he has like features on the songs, it's just gonna be him in the video, which is interesting. I'm not sure why.
DJ Drama, we forgot all about that. Like, yeah, man, he did his fucking thing. It was just funny hearing him again, and then thinking, I'm just like, it gave me so much mixtape vibes. That it's an album. Like,
it set the whole thing off, bro. Yeah. Like, when we heard Lumberjack before, it was just like, is this gonna be a DJ Drama? Like, is this gonna be a Gangsta Grillz album? And it was a Gangsta Grillz album. Like, that's iconic. That's legendary.
If you could take away Lumberjack, right, and replace it with another single, like, it would still be on the album, but another single came out, what would it have been?
What would I have liked to hear first?
Yeah, the single, yeah.
Shit.
I don't think it could have been nothing, right? It could have been arguably massive, but that wouldn't have been as catchy.
Yeah.
And then
it had to be Lumberjack.
Lumberjack, or maybe Lemonhead, or even can go with Corso. I think you can go with Corso. Yeah,
you might be able to go with Corso, but even still, I feel like it has to be Lumberjack, because like, I feel like the way Lumberjack starts.
I agree. I just think it makes a 10 out of 10. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the way Lumberjack starts is just like, oh, this is what we're doing. Like, even with Corso, like, as much as I like that song, it's not like oh, this is what we're doing. It doesn't start like that.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Lumberjack starts like that. It's just like, oh, okay. And then he gets into the bars like straight off the bat. Like, it's just like, boom. Like, you're just right there. This is Gangsta Grillz. I'm fucking rapping, and that's it. Like, that's why I feel like Lumberjack is like the only one where like he would have got the same kind of reaction with it as that being the single. Otherwise, from that, he would have to shown off one of his big features. Like, it would have had to been like, what's your name? Like, the full thing.
Yeah.
You know, and hearing Young Boy in his bag like that, or fucking maybe Hot Wind Blows or Juggernaut. I don't know. Yeah. We didn't talk about Tyler enough. What about Ski, man? How you feel about his album? Nobody's talking about that album.
Yeah, and I feel so
unfortunately.
bad. I listened to the whole thing. It was cool. With all due respect,
I like the one song.
I like Dr. Seuss. That mix, that voice change he did is fucking phenomenal.
I can't remember if I like that one, but I like the Fire Hazard. That shit was hard.
He's definitely singing, and I think this is getting ready.
That's who it was, though. That's who it was. Ski. Who I would have liked to replace 42 Doug on Lemonhead. Okay. And that's what I was about to say.
Sin City.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. For him, like, in general, even though I feel like his stock as an artist has dropped by now, but I would like to see him. I would have liked to see him in that position where he's on and featured on these like bigger artist projects. Like, I would have liked to, back when he was like a hot topic, you know, him showing up on a Drake album, him showing up on a Tyler album, him showing up on a Kanye album. Like, anytime he puts in on something like that, it's always crazy. Like, you know, he's about to get his bars off.
I don't think it's not possible anymore, but I do. But like,
it's just harder.
Yeah, like, the point that you're making is just like he's putting himself more by himself.
Yeah,
you know? And that might be on purpose. And I do like this though. I think he's taking the time as an artist to grow, because hearing him from, you know, where he started to now, he's singing a lot more, and I feel like it's very uncomfortable for him. And he probably knows while singing they're going to compare him to X, and he's trying to be like this, trying to be like that, which people. And there's several interviews that X saying like they've always been this similar, you know. It's just X gravitated to it faster and people liked it from him faster. But I don't think there was ever a time period where it was never established that Slump will be getting into that as well.
I mean, I don't hate this project. I just feel like I want more for him, but it just is what it is.
It's a mixtape. He gave it a mixtape. He made sure you knew it was a mixtape. I'm giving this a 7, only because I feel like mixtapes are where you experiment, or where you're able to like throw out there like, hey, a warm up. You know what I mean? Like nowadays, you would call a warm up an EP. And then you'll double back later and call it an album if it became successful. Like, oh, the album or the project, throwing other words. But he called this a mixtape. And I think that was very on purpose. Like, hey, this is the warm-up. Okay, I know I've been gone. Y'all don't understand where I've been through, whatever. Here's this little teaser right here, basically. A project, a body of work.
Some of these track titles are trash, though.
And then...
Merlin's Staff, Mental Magneto. I feel like
he's probably going to be dropping again in the next month or two. Like, he's back at it. I hope. That's what I'm feeling from this. It's like...
and all in all, I hope he's back outside as an artist. Yeah. Like, he's about to start dropping music. Because it's been a while since we heard anything from him.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, before then, he was doing decently. Like, I don't feel like he had done anything as good as fucking... whatever that song was, Bills on Me Blue.
Catch Me Outside?
Yeah, Catch Me Outside. I don't feel like he had done anything as good as that, but he was still like keeping up.
I think his last project was equal. Like he was.
Well, like he didn't have a song that big,
like that.
Even on that project.
I really like I like the last songs in there. I like Newtown too. So
Newtown was good, and then what was that other song? Okay, I forgot what that shit was called. Yeah. That was a good one too. Like. I definitely
after 3 because a nigga like foreplay. Oh my god!
But nah, like just imagine if he would have been on Limit Head, bro. Like, come on now, that shit would have went crazy. I would have to give it an 11 out of 10. Like just for putting Ski back out there.
There's a lot of projects that dropped. This Doja Cat, I didn't really get a chance to listen to yet. And I think there was
that
somebody
fucking
else.
Who did she have featured on that shit? I can't remember. The song with JID was cool. The Weeknd song was hard.
Yeah.
That shit slapped.
I imagined. I thought I heard something about it, but I remember now it was a clip.
The Thug song was cool, too.
And the Weeknd song was hard. The Weeknd song was tough.
I only went to the album for the features. I didn't listen to the actual, like, whole project.
Shout out to her. What else? There's a few more topics I want to get to before we wrap up a little bit.
In relation to Ski, I just wanted to bring up IDK. He's supposed to be dropping a project with a lot of high-profile features. And I just wanted to bring him up in relation to Ski because he's managed to stay like relevant in a very weird way. Like it's almost like whenever I see him, I'm just like, okay, I feel like I'm seeing him because I like his stuff. But what he's doing, like it just, I don't know. It's weird to me how he's able to be like so relevant when he doesn't really. I don't feel like he's a big artist.
He can stay in his lane. I mean, like
he's really like in his he has that whole like. He's doing that class, I think it's at Harvard or something like that. Like, that's crazy. Like, shout out to him.
He's one of those artists of 2021 that niggas is saying, like, oh, it's so hard to this. And, like, I feel like even in that class, maybe he's saying, like, yo, you could do this and do that. But, like, this is the way I'm doing it. And you don't have to, like, I forgot what his name was. But basically, he made that one huge song. Don't remember it now. But he made a huge song. He came out. He started making like the whole little app and text message thing to where he could just, instead of expanding to like the mainstream, the whole world, I have these 10,000 people in front of me. Yeah. And I'm going to continue making music for these 10,000 people. And so be it if this 10 turns into 50, 20, 30. Yeah. But I'm not going to lose this 10. And I feel like a lot of artists now are able to do that. Like they are able to establishly stay in their lane, make good money, make good music, and just like circle around. And like if they do go forward, that's fine. But I feel like a lot of artists, like I said, are able to kind of stay in their realm. And I feel like that was Brent for the longest. Yeah. Like he was able to stay in his realm. We came to him. Like respectfully, we all listened to Brent, I think, like earlier on. But when he became a bigger name, I feel like that was all people. Like it wasn't like push me. People came to him.
Yeah, Brent and his team have always talked about how like they handle like their independency.
Exactly.
And in a lot of ways, I feel like I feel like we can give at least like some of this credit to Nipsey. Rest in peace to him. Because this was way back. I can't remember. I don't think it wasn't the Victory Lap album. It was like an album before that, or like 2 albums before that, where he dropped the album and he was like, yeah, I'm charging $100 for this album. And you can only get like physical copies. It wasn't like streaming or anything.
Got you.
And a lot of people bought that album. And he was just like, after that, you know, he was just like preaching like, hey, you know your worth basically.
Yeah.
And what you do and like being in your lane and all that kind of stuff. I think it was Crenshaw.
Yeah, I mean, I always
it wasn't Crenshaw because that's too old.
I'll always love things like that because it's like, yeah, it was Crenshaw.
Damn,
Mixtape.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't know it was that long ago.
Because to me, it's like, take the
yeah, that was early on. Yeah, he only did 1,000 copies.
Take only 1,000 copies.
Mm-hmm.
And you're selling it for you're selling for 100.
Yeah.
And you only did 1,000 copies. That's pretty fucking good to me.
No, I'm saying like,
and it was called a mixtape at that. It wasn't even an album.
Yeah, but I'm saying when I say only 1,000 copies, like that's all that he like released. You know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's not all he sold, but that's all that he released. He eventually put it on streaming afterwards.
Okay,
but
got you. Made $100,000.
Yeah, he was really early on. I thought it was
later,
more later.
But yeah, man. Once you know what you want to do, and this is a hard thing. I think it's a pride thing and a self thing. Like that will come. My work will show for it. You know, you have to be one and good with yourself to be able to see that and to be like, hey, I'm gonna continue making this music regardless of what people say, what we're doing, because it's going to come to me. And shout out to IDK for that. And I feel like even Jid is with that. I feel like a lot of the Revenge of Dreamers people are kind of like that because they always
Tyler is that too.
Yeah,
like,
they always
it all
get
comes full
overlooked.
circle.
And I just feel like we're in that day and age now where it's like you're not. That's why I say it's not gonna be another Kanye because no one cares to be the all. You know, it's like I'm making 150,000 off of my lane off of a shirt or whatever X amount of money. I'm selling 175K off of my lane because the radio isn't playing Tyler.
Yeah.
So only imagine if he just chose to like, let me just switch up for a little bit. You know, 220, 250. You talking pop? You got to be talking pop numbers now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, just the whole indie kind of wave, I'm going to give it that, but it's not really because it's like, it's indie to a degree, but it's kind of like just sticking to you. I don't know if that's considered indie.
No, it's not really indie. It's just like, it's just individualized, like, yourself, like in a way. Like it's just keeping your personality as far as like how you want to do your music and just letting that stand out as opposed to taking, you know, the deals, taking the money kind of thing. You know, it relates a lot to like, you know, the podcast conversation. Like whenever I watch like Joe's podcast, and he's talking about how, you know, we could have took this deal, we could have took that deal, but you know, me in my head, I knew what this was worth, you know, even way back when. So it's just like a lot of people aren't in the position and a lot of people aren't in the know-withal to say like, yeah, that's a lot of money, but this is worth more because you're already offering me that, so I know it's worth more kind of thing. I'm going to use that
to transition into two things. I'm not going to talk about the first topic too much because I just watched a video this morning. This dude, video? His name is Voltgeist, right? Voltgeist on YouTube. I'm pretty sure you probably watched a few of his videos, but he made a video just saying how the music industry is changing to industries buying the music. And so essentially last year, Lil Wayne and a few other artists sold their like albums, their rights to the albums.
Oh, yeah. I
remember that. For like $100 million. Like it wasn't cheap. And he was just saying like, basically what you just said. He didn't say it like that, but it's like, you know, when the music industry takes a hit, it takes a hit hard because they couldn't tour. And streaming is worth nothing, which I didn't even know. Half the time when you make streaming, you don't even make that money back because that money goes into the money that was used to make the album. Like, I didn't even know that. I thought they at least made something. But most, like 9 out of 10, all the money from streaming is going back to the label because, you know, they had to make the album.
Yeah.
And I was just like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, like, we've always heard about how when it comes to music and everything, especially when streaming came out, that artists are really making their money off of their touring.
Yeah, but I didn't really know it was really nothing.
Yeah, like, it's bad. It is bad. Because you got to think those albums cost a lot of fucking money to make.
Shut the fuck up. Put me in the fucking closet, nigga. I got you. Listen, fucking sample, nigga. Boom, boom, boom.
Listen, niggas, basics, nigga. Niggas is always talking about their feature prices. Yeah, I charge $100K a feature. I charge this K a feature. I know all these niggas aren't your friends. You are charging them that feature. Like, y'all aren't getting these free features.
They're
like,
getting them free features, bro.
Nah, bro. I don't think so.
I've been in the studio a lot, bro. And it's like, I'm not gonna say who said it. I don't know if you were in a studio session that time, but he was like, "I've never paid for a feature a day in my life," and he had a lot of top notch features.
Oh yeah, he did say that. But I kind of think that was bullshit too.
I don't think so.
I think he might have been.
I don't think so. That's why the song doesn't get posted. Huh? That's why the songs don't get posted. I don't think he paid. I don't think he paid.
Oh, true. We did talk about that. Yeah. We did talk about that. Oh man, I can't say his name.
Yeah, but
anyway,
I'm gonna use that transition. So yeah, they were saying that like the albums, the artist or the person, my fault, was saying that people are buying these albums. Essentially, what you're saying, because over time it's gonna be worth more. One and two. Now, like if I'm the X company and I buy Lil Wayne's project, I can wait 5-10 years and remix this and start having newer artists on it. It's all mine. Yeah. So now this whole perception of Lil Wayne can change. I'm in control of it. You're gonna make 10 folds off of what it was reversed. And so I'm gonna
do whatever with that music.
I'm gonna use that to go into this second complete like different topic that we have in the group message is the whole collaboration of clothes. And so I want to introduce the topic before I fully go into it. So we were discussing in the group message that is clothing being saturated with collabs. And the reason why I feel like it also ties into that is because I feel like there's no more worth on clothes. It's just about making the money. And with all due respect, that's why I'm never going to look at the Dior Travis shit. I'm not going to look at anything Travis because, and let me quote the man himself, Lady Gaga makes good music, but what the fuck does she know about cameras? Travis makes great music. What the fuck he know about clothes? Y'all can give him at least with Kanye. He did his time in Paris. He got his nose. Okay, he took his L's. You can't tell me
that Travis video with him at the sewing machine was so fucking funny. Bro.
You can't tell me Travis took his L's because word to Mars during the pandemic, how much he made?
Like 100 mil.
So what L's is he taking? What L's is he taking, bro? So, and that's not to say you have to struggle to be where you go or to get where you're going. All I'm saying is like, bro, with all due respect, there's niggas that's dying to be in that room with you and to even learn to even meet a Dior when you're just slapping your name with it. I didn't see not one piece. I was just like, oh yeah, this yells Travis. I'm just like, how the fuck you think of this? Let me know. Like, where was your head exactly? And I'm not coming for this, man. All I'm saying is just like, I don't know what the word I'm trying to look for, but I don't care for it. Like, it's nothing enticing. It just looks like a money grab. And I feel
I mean, it's pandering to what people want.
Yeah, and it's like, for the past 2 years, that's what clothing has been. Dior X this, Supreme X that, this X that, this X that. It's just like,
okay. It's all just for the hype, bro. Like,
there's nothing that's like, and this is all respect to the smaller brands. That's why I like shit like that, because it's like, at least back to what we were saying, like, you're gonna stick to what you know is working for you, and you're gonna please this crowd because that's what they want. You might give them a little bit more every now and then to switch it up just to keep everything fresh. Yes. Yeah. But you're not going to go like, Supreme and then like the Louis Vuitton. That was mind bending and breaking. I get that, how, significant it was. But to me, that opened the floodgates.
I was just about to say that. Like, after that whole like high fashion with streetwear thing,
that shit was just
and it's gonna keep on going. Like it's gonna keep on going.
Niggas got with the DVZ and started fusion and everything. Like, you feel me?
Like the Dior Travis thing, I didn't even see that shit coming. Like, I mean, I guess I could have said I could have seen it coming, but like, bro, when it actually came, I was just like, wow.
You're dropping a Fragment collab shoe, and now you're doing Dior. Who? What? Why? Like,
bruh, the nigga is not stopping with his collabs. We just
wanted an album with you and Kid Cudi a couple months ago that we never got, but now we're getting this. Like, come on, bro. Come on.
Like, that nigga is doing everything but the music.
I can't hate on it because, bro, like, when it's all said and done, he's gonna be up there with the Jay-Z's, and we're gonna look at his whole thing as a formula. You feel me? Our kids gonna be like, I want to be like Travis. Like, he did music, he did clothes, he did this. So I'm not knocking it. I just wish it was a little bit more transparency on what he was trying to get at. And
what the goal was, like, what do you actually want to do with this? Like, is it just money? Like, because, is that all it is, or do you really care about this shit?
Because like it's like, and I really want to continue to say I'm not coming for anybody on this podcast, but it's like, the reason why I love Travis, and I do always say, like, I don't think I'm an average fan of anybody. I liked Brockhampton so much because I felt like I can always relate to them. Now, to me, they're deemed a little bit too unrelatable because our situations aren't the same, and they go about so much in their everyday life, and they take forever to drop an album about something, So when they drop something, I feel like I feel like I missed too much. I'm just getting bits and pieces of a story that happened X amount of days ago or X amount of years ago. And with Travis, I feel like the same way. When Travis was coming up, tweets were flying left and right. Y'all might get something tomorrow. Y'all might get something. Like, I just felt so engaged with him. And even when he started even doing like 3,500 for the Cole and all these tracks, I still felt engaged. And Travis never gave you too much now. He was never like a super public person.
Yeah.
But he did his part, you know, and I just feel like now it's just, when he does come out, it's money. Mm-hmm. Like, what happened to the kids eating? The niggas ain't eating no fucking Travises. They're not eating those, bro. Nah. Niggas can't even touch them. Anything you put on, nobody can touch. So how are we eating? I'm just confused. You know what I mean? I don't mean to keep looking at you, Levi. My fault. But I just don't get that. You know. And then your next level is now Dior. How are the kids eating?
Yeah, because nobody's getting that Dior collab.
Yeah.
Nobody is getting that Dior collab.
And at word to Jerry Lorenzo, he was just like, I think I said this already on the podcast, but I'm gonna bring it up. He was like, the reason why, you know, he tried. I forgot what the first one was. It was okay. So it was Fear of God, then it was FOG, and then it was Essentials. Mm-hmm. Right? And he was just like, I just couldn't like bear with myself knowing that my family, my brothers, my sisters couldn't walk in the store and see me. They had to go to Saks. They had to go to these, you know, white establishments to even see my work. You have to remind myself who I'm doing this for and where I came from, you know? Mm-hmm. And he made Essentials. He was like, I don't care if you see it in a PacSun, you see here, because the average day me will be able to see that.
Yeah.
And that made sense. You feel me? That to me, I'm just like, that's what you do it for.
Levi's
bro.
over here mind blown.
No, I watch my shit, bro. Mars knows this, bro. I literally be watching.
Yeah, I remember you told me that before,
and that shit really touched me. Cause I'm like, that is hard, bro.
And I said it earlier today, like literally like earlier today. I was talking to Jaden, and I was just like, the only way I would respect and appreciate this Travis Dior collab at all is if it was on his website, and it was 8 to 12 weeks. Whatever. Yeah, if it was that, I respect it. But I don't feel like none of that shit is making it up. Maybe the Pop Smoke shirt. And even that was just like, I don't know how I feel about that shit. Like,
I don't think we can judge that. And I do get what you're getting at. Yeah. I don't know how close Travis and they actually was.
Well, I don't know about the closeness of how they were, but like, money for that shirt, where's it going?
I don't know.
I have to ask that question when it comes to you using likenesses of niggas that's dead.
Regardless, it's not going to his family. Regardless, it's probably going to go to finishing out his album and stuff like that. It's just also in the video that I watched of Volta Guys, he was saying that like it's sad because when these artists pass now, there's no will, and that's what's going on with. I think he said that happened with DMX. Of course, it happened with Michael Jackson, and then somebody else he named. And then I'm just like, yeah, that's true. Like what you're saying basically here with Pop Smoke, but. Regardless if Pop Smoke was alive or not, he wouldn't have seen that money. I don't think so. I'm not gonna lie. He would have to agree to it, but I don't think he would have like. Maybe the label would have got paid. I don't know his deal. That's essentially what I'm saying. Because a lot of times their likeness is also in their deal.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I don't know. I would believe that probably in his deal, since I don't even think that was probably still his first deal. I don't think he got to be able to finish it out.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he would have seen that money right then and there. But I will say, regardless, I do understand your point. Like, how is this helping his family? He's gone now. So this shirt, some way, somehow, should help his family.
Helping his family, or he got a project coming out, helping towards that. Like, just something, bro. Like, you shouldn't be using his face to sell a T-shirt, and then none of that goes to who it matters to.
I don't know. Like, I'm not sure. And that's what I'm saying about the transparency with Travis. He went from so much of feeding the kids to now, like, here's this, and I'm out. And it feels more ploy-like to me, more business now. Like, okay, are you really for me?
And like, he's in that scenario. If none of that is going to the right kind of areas, he's no better than like a Dior or whatever. Because
exactly my point.
Pop Smoke shouting Dior, 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 and all these different songs. I forgot what I was about to say. But I'm very, very, very confident that him shouting out Dior and all these songs is why a lot of niggas started buying Dior way more. You gotta give him something. Credit,
every small brand, every YouTuber understands that like these rappers make these brands. Like when Black Lives Matter was a huge thing, we're talking about, Lil Baby with his song, and then Gucci and all this stuff was like being canceled and shit. I forgot who said this, but like a rapper was like, bro, y'all give the worth to these brands.
Yeah.
You're not name dropping these small brands, these Instagram brands, quotation marks on the Instagram. You're gonna forever name drop Gucci, Louis, Dior. Gucci, Louis, Dior. Nigga, like and this is why I gotta give my man his respect. The only other the only other brand that gets mentioned as much as those names is Vlone.
Yeah.
That's the only other name. No one says Cause or Original Fake there's a lot of other brands that number 9. Every now and then you say number 9. Maybe Acne to do the pun.
Cardi will put that number 9 on.
No, yeah, a little bit. But every now and then you have the little Acne pun, the glasses Acne, and then the Acne. Yeah. But like, Yeah, no other brand will ever be named like enough in this music shit outside of V-Lone. So it's just like, I get,
I'm not gonna break the bank just to look like these niggas.
I'm not gonna say Travis is going about this maliciously at all. It's just not as transparent as he was making things seem.
Like that. And that's, I'm not saying that it's necessarily malicious either. Like, I just want to know, like, yo, is this just respectfully, like, is this going to his family? Like,
because to me, I'll do the same thing. Of it. I'll do the same thing. If Travis, God forbid, something what to happen to him, and then all of a sudden we got LaFlame shit everywhere, LaFlame collab or Cactus Jack collab everywhere, we're gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. I just. Travis is a real question mark to me nowadays, bro. I can't even lie to you. Like, because it's like, he's getting away more and more from music, and I'm not going to hold you. The track that he previewed was Buns to me. It was Buns. It sounded like it was supposed to be a heart-wrenching, I'm about to give you some bars and introspective deepness, and I was just like...
Was this the track at the Dior show? Yeah. I don't think I heard it.
And I was just like, what is this? Like, it gave me Al Farrell vibes, though, for showing the beat. But I was just like, Al Farrell gave me a mood with it, his rapping or his auto-tune. This was just like, no, don't get started on that. But I don't know where Travis is going. We're going to have to see at the end of the year because I do think he's going to always have big years and he's always going to end well.
I mean, he's always going to be topic of conversation. We done talked about him on this podcast like 10 different times.
So once again, no malicious intent there. Shout out to him. But let's bring it back to where he's at. I think these collaborations, these self-worth things, doesn't matter anymore because it's all about how fast fashion is moving. Bro, we literally go through so many trends in a year, bro. 99% tees. Then we had before that, we had lime green everything. Kanye came out with their family picture wearing lime green. I remember that. You remember when slime green became a thing? When Balenciaga was green everything and then everything kind of the neon. Like, bro, trends happen so fast. Like, my God, now we're living in Y2K. Let's not think about December now. Like, now it's Y2K everything. You got Louis Vuitton making printed baggy ass distressed jeans. Like, bro, like Louis Vuitton dropped distressed jeans. The jeans that we got made fun of in high school, middle school, because they look like bums. We look like bums. Now white people are buying for thousands of dollars. That's fucking crazy to me, bro. Like, that's like shit like that is like, and I'm nowhere near knocking Virgil. All he's doing is using something he grew up on, streetwear, and putting it on where he can. And I watch his story. I still follow Virgil on that. I don't think he gets enough credit to where he tries to implement what he can. Like, he's still showing the skateboard culture in Louis Vuitton.
He definitely is.
He is definitely still trying. It just gets overlooked with these fucking price points.
Yeah, it's a very hard line to toe. Even like if we're talking about Travis or if we're talking about Virgil, like how much can we really like expect him to do? What is within, we have no idea what's within his power to do. You know what I mean? He's over there, he can create, direct, whatever. And he could be shouting from the top of his lungs like, yo, I want to drop these price points to some shit that people can afford. And they're like, Louis V is not that. Like, take that shit to your off-white or whatever.
I'm not ever expecting that. Never in my fucking life would I expect.
I'm not expecting it either.
But my thing, you can make clothes more accessible. You can. There's different ways to make things a little bit more creative. Is what I'm saying. And I'm not judging him for that because just as much as I would like to be mad at him, same thing I could say with Travis. I don't know how much he can control. But the main thing that I'm going against the Travis and Virgil thing is, Travis, to me, it looks like he's pursuing this. You got the fragments, you had the Nikes, like you want to build your hype, and you only want to get worse. To me, what it seems like with Virgil's like, hey, I've grown over X amount of time. Don't forget, I did do my time with Pyrex. I did my time with Ben Trill. I was just like, these guys in this podcast having these dreams with my friends, and we got here. Would I have ever imagined Louis Vuitton? No. But I'm not going to forget where I came from. I don't think he gets enough credit for trying to implement his ideals. Now, to Mars's point, which I don't think the world looks at, those ideals might not make it out. But he is, I'll believe that he is actually trying. And so with him, I don't blame him too much. And I'm not gonna lie, I was a little aggravated with his approach, and I still kind of am aggravated with his approach to Louis Vuitton, because to me, I forgot what you call this in the government, with like the price, putting the value on things and stuff like that. But you valuing set jeans for $1,200-$1,500, right? Distressed pair of denim. I'm just gonna throw that number out. It could possibly be more than that, but
probably is.
$1,500, right? And just have Louis Vuitton print, but they're still distressed. To me, that depreciates my clothes, because, or anybody's clothes, streetwear in general, because it's like there's no middle anymore. Because to me, the middle was kind of like what was it, everyday wear? What would you call that? Like, what was I like kind of classic, not classic, but kind of like dressy, but not too dressy. Black and white casual. That was kind of the middle, right? I think we can all agree it was like streetwear. Then you're kind of like classy, not too classy. Then high fashion. Now to me, it's just high fashion streetwear. Like they're right there. And so it's like that puts pressure. And I'm just speaking as a designer myself. That makes me think. I've met designers like this. Like, why can't I put my price points up there? Why can't I charge $300 for a hat? He's no different than me. Like, you're literally taking something I would have made for like $40, $50, but now you're putting $100 or $1,000 price point with it. And I guess what I'm saying, it saturates the market so much, and the differences are so small outside of the classism. Now we're speaking of a bigger topic, and that's why I'm just like, I didn't like the Louis Vuitton move at all, because I'm like, it's gonna hurt a lot more pockets as in streetwear designers, as in designers and consumers alone, than it will help. Because to me, Mars, Levi buys my said price now. I feel like I have to compete, because it's like I'm busting my ass trying to move $75 worth of pair of pants, knowing Louis Vuitton, Virgil, and even similar like people are making the same thing with thousands of price points with it. You know what I mean? And I just feel like it makes a bigger divide in the line of classism, because like we're wearing the same thing. Like, hey, I'm wearing Lucas Lou and it looks similar to your Louis Vuitton. Well, it ain't. That shit, like, now it's fake. Now I'm copying him. I just feel like it puts a huge line there. But there's also a flip side of that. A lot of niggas can't afford Louis Vuitton. A lot of niggas can afford Lucas Lou. So it is what it is. You know what I mean? True. Yeah. But I just
kind of like that same thing. Like, I feel like the recent Nike patent falls in this a lot, because like that had to do with a lot of streetwear brands. And when you said the whole like it's fake versus this thing, that was like, that what made me think about that.
Yeah, that's actually a good topic there. We didn't even talk about it, but like the whole, to let the audience know, the bootleg versus like the original, the fake, this and the third.
Yeah, Nike got a patent for, and this is important to note, they got a patent for the Jordan 1 model, just that one.
And like I'm happy. Yeah. Nothing else but the highs.
Yeah,
nothing
just the highs. Jordan 1 highs. That's it.
And I like the fact that Mars brought this up, because that lets me know small businesses aren't small businesses, bro. If you're making Nike patent their shoe, which they should have done forever ago. Yeah. That means these niggas are making too much money. You feel me? So I'm just like, bro, that is scary, bro. That means I can only imagine how much Warren was really making, bro. I can only imagine how much Fugazi's making. You feel me?
Go back up a little bit, Levi.
You passed it already.
Up above that.
It's right here, isn't it?
Yeah, right here. The brand made just said even stronger tool in this fight against fakes now. Both the patent, despite being the trademark on June 1st. I was just trying to see when they filed for it, but I don't think it says
respectfully, I already know niggas is coming out with their bootlegs because they made so much money off their first one and then just changing up the design. Like, bro, like, I'm all about a nigga getting what's theirs and keeping what's theirs. Jordan did their thing. The designer of that did their thing. You feel me?
So this was filed like a year ago.
But like, to me, it just went through?
Yeah, it was filed July 31st, 2020.
Wow. So this really, they started when we started. And I'm saying we as in, that's when bootlegs like started being a thing. It was last summer. Like literally last summer, we were just like starting to see them float around. So they didn't really waste no time. I can't even lie to you. It just now came out.
The SB is coming next.
You think so?
Yeah. I feel like that's already been filed. It's probably
already filed.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. That one's coming next. Definitely coming next.
I don't know, man. I'm really glad you brought this point up, but I'm gonna end it on this. This just lets me know that what I say about this classism and the lines of creativity and everything in between, there's just so much money in between that they don't want to lose. And it's just not fair to me, because I'm not knocking Nike at all. They do what they can. They're also a business that wants to stay out for the beginning of time to the end of time. So they have to do some things to make sure that happens. But to me, it's like, bro, Fugazi is not taking away nobody from you, bro. The same niggas buying Fugazis are going to be the same niggas buying the Nikes. Yeah. But what this is letting me know, and kind of to Mars's point, what we're bringing up even with the music industry, is that it's the future that you're worried about. Because how much worth will Fugazi have over time versus the original thing? And that's what you're worried about. But what makes me understand, and what this shows me, is that Instagram is worth so much more than we are using it for, bro. Because keep in mind, these brands that are making Fugazi do this has 100,000 on Instagram, 50,000 on Instagram, 20, maybe even 10K. compared to Nike's X amount of time with what, probably 10, 5 million, whatever on Instagram. But a 10K brand is making you do this, bro. Think about that. That just lets me know like there's a lot of money in this fucking thing that we're not understanding. And they're seeing it. They may not be losing it, but they're seeing what's the possibilities of these, bootleg brands. And like, I don't know. To me, I was actually happy when I seen this. I'm like, I hope these niggas find a way to keep going. Because this is legendary. Like, this is absolutely legendary. Like, I don't even think Nike didn't even do this for the fucking, the Ricks. That was nowhere near this public. We're all under the assumption, just to let the audience know, when Rick came out with the Rick Dunks, that's what they refer to, because they have a similar swoosh, he stopped making them. Everybody's under the impression that Nike sent him a cease and desist, or at least a warning to stop making those dunks.
Yeah.
But, which I never knew until a couple of years ago, that was never confirmed. There was no letter, there was nothing, it just stopped being made. And to me, if that was kept privately and not posted, because you gotta believe this was made to be public. Yeah. Nike didn't just say they'll find out one day. No, they made sure that this was leaked out or sent to people to, warn these niggas. You know what I mean? So to me, if that was kept private, you respected that brand or you just wanted to keep that private. This is letting me know that we're not cool with this at all. We need you niggas to know. That's it. Like, it's an end. And what scares me is that I feel like they're wanting to go to the extent of start cutting manufacturers off. I think th'll go to that extent. Where there'll be a lot less shoe manufacturers, and niggas gonna be like,
now that they have this patent, they can do that as much as they want. So like, well, they can't necessarily cut off like overseas people because this is a United States of America patent. It's just you won't be able to sell this.
I mean, you won't be able to get it. US. You won't be able to get it in.
Yeah, like you won't be able to get it in.
Yeah, they're gonna consider it a fake rather than a bootleg. So it's like. It's gonna be harder. I mean, fakes will forever get into America, but it's just gonna be harder.
It's just gonna be interesting how this changes things. And I'm really interested to see if those SBs come next because I definitely feel like they are.
I don't know why this opened my eyes like this patent and this conversation with Travis. The classism in clothes is just so crazy.
Classism. Listen, we was getting into. I mean, we're not about to do this right now because we about to get out of here. But we was getting into how like niggas really want life to be like communism now. Like we don't even want. Yeah, like niggas is tired of capitalism.
It's really
getting to that.
And it's like, hey, don't have your own creativity, and if you do, be as original as possible as you can. A lot of quotation marks on the word original, but here's this dumbass collab we're about to give you. And on top of that, nice design you did for us because we're not going to use it most likely. I would not be surprised in the coming years, in the coming months, we see a lot of similar Nikes that resemble fucking bootlegs. It's free money to them. You feel me?
Yeah, if Nike ever starts like doing anything with that check or adding anything,
yeah, it's over.
I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, this was a. I can say this like. My life, our life, we've been through a lot. I'm ending on this. We've seen crazy presidents. We've seen a lot of crazy things. We've been through a deadly virus, earthquakes. California is literally burning to hell. And we're watching fashion like go into a whole new realm, bro. Like, I know I'm going to say, like, oh, it's Y2K and things are repeating itself. But I do believe fashion has only grown, like, huge. Like, influencers are doing collabs with fashion houses. Influencers are putting out the new thing. Like, if you want to drop something, Givenchy's going to go to the first 10 people. Kendall, Kylie, Bella. Like, you're not even worried about nothing else no more. Just slap it on them. We're good.
Right there on the side. Billie Eilish by Jordan coming soon.
Billie Eilish by Jordan. This is funny. Fucking crazy. Like, fashion is really going crazy, bro. That's letting you know this is where the money, and there's a lot of money to be made.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Money ain't never stopping. The money is not stopping. Fashion is really... Yeah, I just seen this earlier today. I can't remember who posted it, but nigga said fashion designers are the new rappers.
Yeah, it was Ev. Ev posted that.
Yeah,
I've been saying that. Dre's been saying it. George, all of them, shout out to them. They've been saying that for a while. Like, the only reason why fashion designers never got the respect of the rapper because we're behind doors. Mm-hmm. Now that social media's opened it up, yeah, niggas are gonna flex. I made 100,000 in 2 seconds, bro. I did this, that, and the third, and you feel me? Mm-hmm. That's the only reason why I feel like fashion wasn't like the life wasn't glamorized. This is so now that like social media is a thing, it's easier to say follow your dreams because I can do this. Now you can see me do it. You can do it too. And so, but yeah, fashion designers are definitely like fuck new rappers. Fashion designers are new entrepreneur.
Honestly, I feel like that shit opens up like a Pandora's box. Like, we're gonna get into it later though, because we're about to get out of here. That shit is different. That shit is really different. But Yeah, y'all, that's our episode. Appreciate y'all for watching. Appreciate y'all for listening out there, checking us out and everything.
Go Hawks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Suns at 5, Hawks at 6. And we are out of here.